Gabriel, right? Gabriel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it figured out. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, Gabriel. That's my name.
Oh,
Deb.
yeah.
Yeah. Go
Mine.
ahead.
Yeah.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name's Devin, and I've been doing this for about about 23 seconds now. So yeah, just wanting to check up with the Philippines. I'm in Thailand, so just wanting to know how things are going there. I heard some stuff. We're having a lot of problems with the Cambodia right now, and it's kind of weird, but the Cambodians want to take credit for everything in Thailand because the Olympics are going to be there in Cambodia, and they don't do anything. Their building isn't even built for the Olympics, and 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 they're showing um, you know uh, Thailand, different things in Thailand that they're saying is Cambodian, and Thailand's just kind of saying, you know what, we're not going to put up with this. So both Laos and Cambodia right now are trying to copy Thailand, and well, it's a good thing, for people in Thailand, right?
What are they arguing over? By the way, Devin is the host. I am his very privileged guest, Gabriel Atkins.
Yeah, well, he's yeah.
I'm currently in Manila.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin. So you were saying something about. So are they fighting over some rocks or something?
Well, yeah, you would think so, but no, it's the Olympics, and now it's getting like they're trying to say that they've invented, Muay Thai because they got this new dance and stuff, and like a Muay Thai thing, and people say it looks like a bunch of monkeys dancing around, and trying to do this come on, some, I don't know. My wife told me what it was, and I was like, whoa. So I and part of it is it's because Sinookville, right? Sinookville down down on the coast.
Sinookville, Kunzun
Yeah, in southern Cambodia, had the Chinese came in and took over Sinookville, basically, and it was a big gambling. It was like Las Vegas down there, and then they just left uh, the so-called quote virus came, right? Then they all kind of split. Yeah. So yeah, there's kind of bad blood there, but I don't know. The whole thing's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it just sounds like a lot of petty crap. When I was a teacher in South Korea for about 5 years, and Korea and Japan, there were some islands that Japan claimed were theirs, and Korea's like, no, they're Korean, and they spent millions of dollars and created movies about these two islands. I think like one or two people actually live on these islands.
Oh,
Couple rocks in the ocean. He's like, what? Come on, seriously. And people would say, no, it's Korean, and they would cut their fingers off. There were incidents of that crap. And it's like, are you guys serious? Come on. It's like a couple rocks in the ocean. And I would bring it up in my class when I was in Korea. I would say, what do you think about this? And the kids, the parents are very, all Koreans were very passionate about it, beating their chests and like, no, that's Korean, blah, and it's like, okay, it was very petty. again, all the foreigners, we'd get together and have a drink or something and roll our eyes collectively. It's like, good God, come on, seriously? A couple of rocks, you're gonna cut your fingers off?
Well,
Okay.
it's kind of funny because, we've got a couple of islands here. We got the Andaman Sea on one side, and on the other side, is the like, the Gulf of Thailand, and then it actually, it's a different ocean, right? You got the Andaman Sea, and you got whatever. So off of Champagne, which is, it's kind of a really cool place. I've been there a few times. One of my friends has plantations down there, and it's funny that this somebody told me about Chicken Island. Okay, there she says, oh, you got to come down. You got to go and stay out at Chicken Island and everything like that. So if you ever look at Chicken Island, if you just pull it up on your computer and look at it, it's actually an island that has like a neck with a chicken head.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's just incredible. So when you're talking about rocks out in the ocean, I don't think Chicken Island is a lot different. It is an island, but I don't think anybody lives there. It's just hilarious.
But it's not disputed. It's fully Thai island, right?
Yeah. It's actually Thai.
Yeah.
And you can. I'm sure you could probably. I could probably just row out there and stay there and however long I wanted. As long as I go in and get my visa once every 3 months, right? But there's a lot of islands like that, especially like Indonesia. There's one guy on YouTube that bought an Indonesian island for $14,000. He bought the whole island, and he lives out there. It's called Survival Beast or something like that, and he's out there by him. Well, he's not out there by himself because you can see there's got to be some cameraman out there taking pictures, right? Because he makes this video out there, but incredible place. But you think about it, buying a whole island for 14 grand. And then if you get like, you need to go to a hospital, it's a long boat ride, right? But anything serious, there's no 7-Eleven on the island, that kind of thing. So a lot of people that have grown up today, especially millennials, there's no way they could do that. They couldn't, because if it doesn't have a 7-Eleven, it doesn't have all these things, a mall, whatever, and cell phone coverage, no way, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's a big issue, and even when I was growing up, I was in the Boy Scouts. Were you ever in the Boy Scouts or no?
Not really. No.
No, I went to the Cub Scouts and then I joined Boy Scouts, and I went as far as like life. I think life is, the highest rank you can get is Eagle Scout. I didn't get my Eagle Scout. I started chasing girls when I was 16 and driving a car. That's just the reality. They always say in Boy Scouts, you definitely want to get your Eagle Scout by the time you're 12 or 13. Because once you turn 16, theoretically 18 is cut off. You cannot get your Eagle Scout rank, past 18. So you have to get your Eagle Scout before you're 18. But the reality is you really have to get it before you're 16. Because once you hit 16, once 16 happens, you start chasing girls, you start having other motivations like driving and stuff like that, getting
Right.
getting a fast food job or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's what happened to me. I'm like, I got that and the brain injury that cements that. I mean, but I was already on a pretty much downhill path of not really pursuing that, because I was 17 when I had a brain injury. And just for the audience again, I had a brain injury when I was 17. I'm 41. I'll be 42 in April, but I'm an old man now. But when I was young, that happened to me. But anyways, like I said, I was 17 at the time when that happened. I was 16 when I got my license and started working at McDonald's, my first first fast food job, and
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was your first job?
My actually my first job is when I was 6. Um, yeah, I started picking berries and walnuts and acorns and everything, every summer. And then later on, I did get a job at Heidi's. It was kind of like a little village, and I got to drive their little train around the whole resort and with all the kids and everything. So, that was kind of fun. Yeah.
So what was your first real job where Uncle Sam started taking your taxes? That's when it's official, huh?
Oh, yeah. Uncle Sam, when he starts, well, he was dipping early, but when he started really dipping, yeah, it's when I started working at the nursery that basically right now my brother kind of manages the nursery. And I did that younger, and then I got into computers and photo. I was remember those little things called photomat, where you kind of like drive by, they're a little kiosk like right in the parking lot, and you kind of drive by to pick up your film or drop it off. And I did that, and then I went into, my dad bought me a computer in the 70s, and first thing I did was tear it apart and figure out how it worked. And
Right.
and so I got into doing computer work and building computers and stuff like that, and buying and selling and everything like that until, I was like, well, till about 10 years ago. That's
Nice.
kind of what I did. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say $14,000 for an island. Was it a big island? That's a
You
pretty
know,
good deal.
yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because, it's one guy. Obviously, there's a cameraman because he can't do everything, but he's got a drone coming over and looking at it. But I'm not really sure how big it actually is, but there's fish out there. He gets lobsters, he gets crabs, he got attacked by a shark once and had to, wrestle the thing into a chokehold and jujitsu the thing out, and so I guess there's a lot of I don't think it's that big. I don't,
Yeah.
but big enough.
Well,
I mean,
14K. I mean, I wouldn't expect there to be too much, But if you were spending you could probably get a decent island, a pretty big island for like 40, 50K.
yeah,
I think.
yeah, 14,000 for this thing, and I don't know. He's not. He's a foreigner, so I think I don't know. He sounds like he might be. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it. Maybe in Aussie or something, and so to buy it, I guess you can buy the island no matter where what passport you got, right? So how do you go for an extension, or do you have to worry about that? I don't know.
Is Australia considered an island? Australia?
Well, it is. It is an island, but I don't know if it's really considered one.
Yeah, I would think there's got to be it's got to be this big or this small or whatever, and then it's an island, because I mean, shoot, technically everything's an island, I guess.
Well, yeah.
They're all everything, all
surrounded by water, right?
Surrounded by water, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but this one's kind of cool because it's Indonesia, which is actually right up above Australia, northern Australia. You're not gonna fall asleep on me, are you?
No, I'm just good. I might get me some Mountain Dew actually.
I think my guest is falling asleep on me.
Nah, don't worry about it, Evan. But I am gonna put my headset.
Okay. That I can do that. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Just wanted to have the intermission. You can edit that out if you want, or you can leave it in for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. Right? I'm gonna leave it in. Yeah. It kind of shows kind of like, like the real game.
Well, see, and that's the thing. And I got this really, knock on wood, I got this really awesome Bluetooth headset. It's on the way. Ordered it on Lazada. Do you guys have Lazada in Bangkok, or what do you got?
Oh yeah. That's basically all we use. We don't use Alibaba or any of that junk, or Shopee. Yeah, Lazada. Pretty much everything.
I use Shopee for one or two things. Like one thing I love, this is the kid in me, is the kid combined with the adult in me. I love Lego structures. So like growing up as a teenager, I loved making like little model airplanes or little model cars or buildings or whatever. At that time, Lego was extremely expensive. It's still very expensive. Like, for example, if you want to buy a Ghostbusters house structure to build out of Legos, that'll set you back. That could set you back like $800, right? But you can buy the cheap Chinese knockoff on Shopee for like $80 or something like that.
Yeah.
So like 90% off. I'm like, yeah, buddy. They're selling it to me. I'm not touching nothing. They're gonna they'll have it out in court, which they have. I think Legos sued a bunch of people like that, but the cheap knockoffs always come back. They always do.
Well, I bought a bunch of those, and the problem is they don't stick together like real Legos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you put them together, it's like they don't fit real tight, and at least that was when I bought some, I don't know, 5 years ago or whatever.
There's a really good knockoff company called Le Pen, and I think Lego sued Le Pen and got rid of them. So, but that's the old Chinese proverb, cut a snake's head off, 2 or 3 more will grow back. So if you try to get rid of a knockoff brand, don't be surprised when 2 or 3 pop back up. So
sure.
Lego can just knock themselves out, suing this one, doing that, dealing with litigation and winning the case, but don't be surprised when 2 or 3 pop up.
Okay, so you want to open a Lego business? Is that what you're saying?
I could. Yeah. No, it's not for me. I mean, somebody might be passionate about that. I just like playing with things, and I like saving 90% of my money. And
sure.
And my dad's an engineer, and there's pensions, or not pensions. There's trademarks and stuff like that. And yeah, technically, yeah, they're not Ghostbusters rated or whatever, but I'm not paying $800 for a stupid set. I'll pay $80. No. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, I'm not made money here.
Well, yeah, so, but they are. That's why.
They are, and that's between them, right? I'm just a consumer. If it's listed for sale, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm not an idiot. If I see the exact same thing, and that's the beauty of old Pinnas, is almost exactly, and that's probably why the Lego won the lawsuit against them, but it's almost exactly the same thing. And the Lego stick.
You gotta worry about that, huh?
What's that?
Yeah, well, when it's so close to the real thing, then they got a case.
They have a case, yeah.
If they stuck fins on the side like a bird or something like that, I mean, it's like, oh well, no, it doesn't look anything like yours, but still, it's got the Lego function, but it's got wings sticking out, So
maybe that's what happened to you with your Lego experience or Lego knockoff experience. Because Le Pen is like a very good knockoff, respectable knockoff. I'm like, yeah, this works. They stick, everything, the pieces work, everything is. As far as knockoffs are concerned, it gets like 5 stars out of 5. Huh. Yeah, but but that's, again, you're right. That's probably why they got sued. But but if they were a crappy knockoff like you experienced, sounds like, and their pieces didn't fit together, Lego probably wouldn't have much of a case against them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they made their product crappy, for you, just so they weren't sued. I don't know, but it is funny though. It's interesting for me to watch all these Lego knockoffs and stuff, because they will change just enough the product to where they won't get sued. So like Lego, like Le Pen was at least smart enough to change some names. So it's like instead of like Ghostbusters, they can't use that brand. They'll say like Fire Brigade House or something like that. It is a Fire Brigade house, but it's pretty much the exact copy of the Ghostbusters set. And they don't call themselves Lego. They call themselves Le Pen, and you see that in a lot of knockoffs like Legos or Legola or Lepo or something like that.
God, they're probably busy suing everybody around,
Well, I'm sure they are, and rightfully so. They spend a lot of money engineering the product, manufacturing the product. Yeah, absolutely, but I don't know. It's a gray line, because Lego charges up the wazoo to pay for their legal department and all that.
Sure.
Their patents ran out like in the 70s or something, or 80s, so their patents are out, they're knocked off, so they don't have as much litigation. If they had a patent for their brick, they could, which they did up to like 1980 or something like that. But then it'd be very difficult.
Oh, their patent ran out. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it would be very difficult for anyone to copy anything like Lego. Very difficult, but their patent ran out, and so
it's funny. It's like when's our government patent gonna run out?
How's that?
Well, I mean, you think about it. Why can't we just, people like start just like dropping off, and it's like, well, your patents ran out. It's kind of like term limits, right? Okay, so I was watching stuff this morning, and it's like everybody's fighting with everybody, and it's like, it's one side against the other now, and it's like nothing gets done. And I'm thinking, why don't we just fire them all? You know, actually, the thing is on the good side, we got a lot of good ones, but we got a lot of jerks too. On the bad side, they're all worthless. You know,
there's always.
There's always a couple of people.
I'm with Trump. I'm with Trump on this one. There's always, and I can't. That was the dumbest fight, you know, from my progressive friends. Some of my progressive friends who would say, "Well, Trump's horrible because he said both sides and blah blah blah." I'm like, no, there's always going to be good people on both sides. You have to have that ideology. You have to have that and say, rather, you know, if you want to be a civilized human being in this world, you have to have the idea that, yes, there's good people on both sides. You know, if you're just, hey, my side is awesome and the other side is trash, if that's as far as your philosophy goes, good luck with that.
Well, yeah,
you got to work together.
Then it becomes just like them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey,
Well,
can you back up a little bit? I can't. You're kind of, yeah. I want you on the screen a little bit, you know, if you get back a little bit, you know.
Yeah, well, if I go back too far, I'm in the dark, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the witness protection.
Yeah. What's the deal with that? Are you afraid that, you know, some Fed is going to see you and start knocking on your door, or?
No, like I said, I came back up to the camera, man. So I'm not. You know, I would have stayed. I would have stayed in the shadows, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So but, you don't have a lot of light in there, huh?
Well, there's a lot of light back, right?
Right.
You know,
right.
And so I like that scenery as the backdrop, like
right.
That's the trade-off I had to take in my office here. I've been here over 6 years, you know, but I used to have computer, you know, I was looking outside and it's great from my view, but for people that I was talking to, I just had a blank wall all in the background. So
you look like Casper the ghost or something, you know. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, you know, I want to you know, cut this podcast here pretty soon here. You know, 27 minutes, 48 seconds, you know, that's pretty good. That's not bad. I think we did a little bit better this time. We need to maybe next time, you know, just kind of talk a little bit more about weasels that ride motorbikes.